There's breaking news that according to a report from Hollywood Unlocked, that a $3 million lawsuit that was thrown out in Cardi B's favor has been dismissed by YouTubers Tasha K's multi-billion dollar suit, which had alleged that she was threatened, the audacity, and experienced emotional
The audacity.
distress. Can you believe this? The latest development in this year's long case will now force the content creator to undergo a hearing with the multi-platinum rapper to determine whether or not she will be responsible for upwards of $75,000 in Cardi B's legal expenses and other damages.
Mm.
All right. The decision ruled that Cardi B's case towards Tasha K will be presented before a jury after dismissing the YouTuber's lawsuit, as reported by Radar Online in 2019. Cardi B filed a lawsuit against Tasha K after she had made claims that the rapper used to be a prostitute, had herpes, and used drugs during her pregnancy with her daughter Culture.
Wow.
However, Tasha filed a countersuit claiming that Cardi was the one making threats towards her, and she had received death threats after it was exposed to the public. Documents from the case state that Tasha K reportedly provided evidence that Cardi B was allegedly a prostitute and had herpes, based on a series of photos, visible cold sores. The court dismissed her.
So if y'all just coming in right now, somebody asked me to speak about this whole Tasha K and Cardi B situation in regards to being doxxed. And I know that a lot of doxing goes on in the social media world or whatever case may be. So I didn't really have all of the details, so now I'm listening to get the details before I make a comment. You know what I mean? So we're gonna rock out. Here we go.
The counterclaims that the rapper threatened her and failed to provide evidence that the threats and other factors caused her, Tasha K, emotional distress during who? Tasha K's pregnancy. Make it make sense. So let me get this straight. You build your whole YouTube career off the back of Cardi B's name for clout. She do anything for clout. Then you say this woman had herpes when she was pregnant with her baby. This woman's a prostitute. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. I had done a video with you guys and showed you that if you go to Tasha K's channel in her early years on here, that she completely built her career on YouTube off of the back of Cardi B haters. Now let me clarify this. I don't support Cardi B. I don't believe in WAP. I'm not with all of that, okay? But I knew that that was not right. Whatever people want to say about like my channel, for example, if my entire channel and YouTube career was built off the fact of Lauren London or Vanessa Bryant, women that I have come on my channel and verbally come against on my channel, that would be one thing. But for her to build her entire brand off of the back of these salacious rumors, then to turn around and say that it was Cardi B that was threatening her, that was causing her emotional distress and trauma and drama is crazy to me. But anyways.
All right, let's get into this because I got some things to do. I ain't got all day to be sitting here. Okay, so here's my thought process. First of all, if you are doxing people, right, you deserve to be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. Let me say this again for the slow people in the back. If you are taking people's family members, lying about their careers, lying about their character, finding a bunch of people who don't like them, bringing them on your show, saying, "Hey, let's all talk about this one particular person. Have some facts, but have some lies with it as well." You deserve to be fucking prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. I don't feel sorry for Tasha K. I don't. If you saying that this Shout out to you. Salute. If you feel that it's important for you to sit down and in order to get clout, in order to get subscribers, in order to get likes, in order to get views, that you have to say, well, I don't like you, so instead of just telling factual truth about you, I need to come up with a whole bunch of lies about you. This is the issue that we have with people versus saying we're doing this for clout chasing, or we're doing this to get views, or whatever the case may be. Enough is enough. If you are a content creator, I don't care what color you are, I don't care how many subscribers you got, I'm telling you right now, if this right here, this thing between Cardi B and Tasha K don't make you sit up in your chair and say, I might want to be careful with the things that I say, I might want to be careful with the things that I do. You can fair use all day. Oh, this is for fair use. This is for fair use. Well, that fair use ain't saved Tasha K. The fair use ain't saved Tasha K. The thought process is there are some very mischievous people. There are some very vindictive. There are some very emotionally drained and stricken and evil people out there that will sit down and say a bunch of things about you that they know are not true, but they're doing it just for clout, just for validation, just to say I got the win. My thing about it is I really want Tasha K to do a video, a response, right? That's why I tagged her in this. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was it worth to say, I'm going to talk about you while you were pregnant? I'm going to talk about you in reference to having an STD. I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to talk about your husband. The thing about it is, was it worth it? I want to ask you for $3 million. Hell, 75K will break some people. I think the issue that we have, especially with a lot of people when it comes to doxing and a lot of people saying things about other people that they know are not true. Here's what happens. What happens is that it's raining outside. What happens is that you really want to find a way to get over on that next person. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of it's jealousy. A lot of it's jealousy. You know, we talk about clout chasing, but a lot of it is just pure jealousy, pure hating on the next person instead of congratulating, promoting the next person, or trying to be down with somebody else. So now this is what I'm gonna do to hurt you. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Tasha K, I really feel like, you know what I'm saying, even though I've seen you do a couple good interviews, salute to you, I feel like you took a big L with this one. And I feel like you're sending a message out to other content creators. If they're not getting the lesson, let me say what it is. Watch your mouth. Doing anything for clout or doing anything to get the win when it's not factual, you might want to back up. So this is what I would tell you right now. If you're a content creator, if you ain't got no lawyer money, shut the fuck up. If you ain't promoting the facts, shut the fuck up. The facts of not the people that you find that don't like the person. Okay, let me give you my story. Because for some reason, people do a great job at finding people that don't like you to talk about you. Well, here's the thing. There are not too many truthful people out there anyway. So you're going to find somebody who don't like me to tell you about my life. Somebody who I probably removed from my life because they wasn't vibing. They had low vibes. They operated at a low frequency. They wasn't trying to do nothing positive with their life. So I got rid of their ass. I stiffed on their ass. I put them at a distance. So you're going to find the people that I decided to remove out my life to then come on your show and talk about my life. If you are a content creator, this should send you a fucking eye opener and say, bro, let me watch what it is that I put out. Because Cardi B is showing you that you will be held responsible. You will be held responsible. And this is what happens. There's a difference between shenanigans and that logic versus the court system and that logic. No matter what you said or what your reason was to say this lady had an STD, somebody told you something, and this shit might cost you $3 million for saying this lady had an STD. I want y'all to think about the shit that y'all have seen on social media. All of the heinous shit that y'all have seen, the people that went out of way to dox people and say shit about people's family, their character, their jobs, their children, their friends. I want you to see how far left this shit went. Bruh, you mean to tell me Because you told somebody this lady had herpes, it's gonna cost you $3 million or 75K. Whoa, shit. I want somebody to say that's worth it. I want Tasha K to pull up on anybody around Tasha K camp that really heavily support her. I want you to say her saying that Cardi B had herpes. I want you to say that was worth it. This whole lawsuit is worth it. You know what this does? It takes away from your life, your daily healthy living, the things that you could be doing. It's taken away from your family time, your personal time, you building your business. Because here's the thing. If you are willing to go the distance to say somebody has an STD, what else would you do? What else would you do? And people don't realize, I think a lot of people, especially that promote the doxing and the beef online and the problems and the cyber bullying online, they think that people are just like them. And this is what I mean. They don't have money for lawyers, right? They don't have good credit scores. They don't have good positive relationships. They're not entrepreneurs. They probably work low-level jobs. I'm talking to somebody. I'm about to piss somebody off. Okay, they think you like them, so this is what they do. Well, if I dox them, that'll make me look like the victor. That'll make me look good. If I build my character on them, if I build my platform off of disintegrating them and disrespecting them, that'll make me look good as a person. So when you get to this point where you think that people are just going to keep it on social media, let me give you the reality. The reality of is that you never know when someone's at their wit's end. And what you're doing is going to put you and your family in harm's way. Tasha K, listen to me. I know we talked about the 75K. We talked about the 3 million, salute. We talked about the 3 million, but here's the thing. This whole situation could have went another way. And I want to make sure that everybody understands how serious this situation could be. Okay? They could have caught Tasha K coming out of daycare, coming out of post office, coming out of church, coming out of family reunion with her children. Forget going to court, forget suing you for 75K, forget suing you for 3 million. They could have caught you and did some street shit. You can't just say whatever you want to say about people and expect there not to be consequences. And that's the problem that you have with people who operate on a low frequency. They feel like you can say whatever you want to say about people and ain't nobody gonna do shit about it. The same way that you have supporters, you have family members, you have children, is the same way people also have family members, supporters, and children. So you have to be responsible with the things that you say. And there's a lot of content creators. There are a lot of content creators, both male, female, black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, whatever you want to say. They are reckless at the mouth. They are reckless with their platform, and they feel like, well, ain't nothing gonna happen to me if I post your photo, if I talk to your family members, or if I talk about your children, or if I post where you live at, or your job, or whatever the case may be. They feel like nothing's gonna happen, and I'm just here to tell you, somebody will fuck you up. They will fuck you up. They will come to your fucking house, fuck a pull up. They'll pull through your shit. And imagine you trying to defend yourself, right? While you have your babies in the back seat. Imagine somebody shooting at you while you at McDonald's or White Castle or whatever the case may be. And you think everything you just did online was for entertainment purposes. It was for fair use. Wow, you sit online and you say somebody has an STD. You talk about their kids, you talk about their significant other, you talk about their career, you say that, you know what I'm saying, they was doing this while they was pregnant, yada, yada, yada. And you thought it wasn't going to be no consequences? You think it ain't going to be no consequences? Some of y'all done got away with some shit, doing some fuck shit, and you think like, okay, I done got away with it one time, so I'm going to try to do this shit again. Bro, listen. Don't let that lightning hit you. Don't let that lightning hit you. Reggie, what's up? Don't let that. I'm trying to help people out here because I think people, they not understanding this Cardi B and Tasha K situation. Here's the piece. If you lied and said this lady had an STD, and you putting it out there on social media, you're thinking it's about subscribers, it's about the haha moment, it's about I'm getting over on you, and you doing all this crazy shit, do you not think it's gonna be consequent? See, here's the thing. You know what I noticed about Kwame Brown and that Hassan Campbell thing? I noticed that when people are not playing with you, they take action. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? When people are not playing with you, they take action. Cardi B sued you for saying she had herpes. Bro, I don't care if it was 1K. Forget the 75K, forget the 3 million. I don't care if it was 1K. That's 1K out your pocket. My question to you, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was it worth putting yourself in harm's way, your family in harm's way, and everything that you're trying to build and manifest? Was it worth all the trial and tribulations? And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think she would say it was worth it. It was worth it. You want to be the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Why? That's a lot of stress, a lot of drama, a lot of confusion, a lot of messiness. And the problem is that when we pride ourselves on saying I'm the messiest person on YouTube, I'm the messiest person in mainstream media, it's like, bro, I don't see how you sleep well at night. I don't see how people applaud that or whatever case may be. Because if anything, it's like this. You talk about your Meg Thee Stallions, Nicki Minaj's, Cardi B's, and all the rest of these entertainers or whatever case to be. It's like this. Why black women or why women in general can't just support women? Why men can't just support men? It's like all of this hating has to go on before we get to a narrative of kumbaya. Before we get to a narrative of, man, I ain't doing that fuck shit, man. I'm not about to sit here and talk about another man's family. Somebody should beat your motherfucking ass. I'm not about to sit here and talk about, oh, well, let me gather up a bunch of people who don't like you and bring them on my platform to talk about you. Somebody should beat your motherfucking ass. Because that's weak. Only weak people do that. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say, oh, you got an STD. Why? Is this anything for clout really that necessary? I want to ask you, I don't give a fuck what color you are. I don't give a fuck how many subscribers you got. I don't care if you just now showing, hey, oh, I never knew about a tough love. Who is one? Forget all that. The anything for clout bullshit needs to stop. Immature, unprofessional, unethical. You are exactly right. You are exactly right. And it's like, man, we need to. Here's my issue. My issue is that, of course, Tasha K is a little bit older. Cardi B is a little bit older. Hassan Campbell a little bit older. Kwame Brown a little bit older. All of these people are a little bit older. So you expect more from these people. But my thought process is, just like you expect more from them, you expect more from you and I. And if we're sitting back and we're advertising, I am going to promote something negative about your character. Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. I guarantee the people that's viewing me right now got something fucked up going on in their life. And there's somebody that don't like you that's willing to come and tell what's going on in your life. And that's fine. Nobody's perfect. But here's the issue. The issue is that instead of saying the facts, we're going to embellish the story. That's what I've been finding out. Instead of just saying, well, they laid on their car payment. They laid on their car payment, right? Instead of just saying they laid on their car payment, you say, because you don't like the person, oh, they got their car repossessed. And you feel good about yourself for putting that information out. Do you realize how dysfunctional you have to be as a person to do some shit like that? Right? Case in point. You say, they just broke up out of relationship. Right? Instead of just saying, on point, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Instead of just saying they broke out of relationship, you say, oh, it must have been domestic violence. embellish the story. No, state the facts. Or if it ain't your business, keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. When you jump into a situation and you say, okay, well, I'm going to embellish the story. No, report the story at hand. Report what's actually going on. The fact of the matter is people want people to either like them, to cheer for them, to root for them, or to think that they're better than whoever they're talking about. And my whole thing about it is, can you imagine me sitting up here talking about On Point has an STD? On Point, I don't like you. You got an STD. No facts, no paperwork, no nothing. Just I'm just gonna say it just for clout. But imagine me saying that, and now you're suing me for $3 million. Imagine that. You have the right to your privacy. Exactly. If you're going to report, hey, listen, I hope Tasha K pull up, because there's nothing I'm saying right now that's going to deserve a strike. I ain't using none of her content, so stop that. So here's the thought process. The thought process is you can learn a lot from this Tasha K and Cardi B situation. Report the facts. Make sure that what you're reporting is factual. Don't do it just for clout. Don't do it just to be cool with other celebrities or to win over other people. Think about the time and the effort and trial and tribulation it's going to cost you if what is wrong. It's wrong. I'm saying it's not worth it. It's a lot of things to report. Hey, Beyonce just went to Dubai. Puff Daddy just brought another whatever. I mean, it's a lot of factual things to report. Reporting someone has an STD, they having issues in their marriage, to me is not important. To me, it is a private matter. You see what I'm saying? So when you bring it publicly, you got to know what you're talking about. And then you got to be mindful. Ladies and gentlemen, be mindful of the people that you talk to. If someone is having a disagreement with someone, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to tell you the truth. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to tell you the truth. If I have a beef with you, if I have a disagreement, I have an issue with you, 9 times out of 10, the person that you go run to get the information from, they're not going to tell you the truth. It's going to be a one-sided story. So when you're promoting that one-sided story on your channel, right, and you play it for the world to see, you are responsible for that. You're going to have to take that L if an L come with it, or take that lawsuit if a lawsuit come with it. And I don't think people understand that. I think they say fair use. There's a lot of people screaming fair use. I'm protected by this. Well, if you were protected by that, you wouldn't be getting sued and losing if you were protected. There's nothing to protect you from you saying someone has an STD. And they don't. On Point, bring that ass back here. There's nothing to protect you. There's nothing. But see, here's the thing. I've seen people do worse stuff than that on social media and then think that they are winning something, think that they achieved some type of gold or something. Reggie said, people use money nowadays for protection. Here's the thing. I hear you, but my thing about it is, how much money you willing to spend to promote a lie? Hello, On Point, where you at? How much money are you willing to spend to support a lie? Because you know what I would have did? Here's what I would have did. I would have said, hey, Cardi, let me issue a public apology. Let me give you a public apology and say that I was wrong, that the information that I received was incorrect, and I should have verified that information through several sources before I use that one source. Someone that has a beef with someone 9 times out of 10 is not going to tell you the sole honest truth. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. But see, here's the thing. If you really need content, ladies and gentlemen, if you really need that win, if you really need to be that bad bitch, if you really need to be on top, you're going to take whatever somebody give you against somebody. That's a weakness. That's strength. That's a weakness. That's a weakness. Anthony Sterling says, you can't love someone love someone so much that you can't see their fault. Shaking my head. I hear you. I hear you. The fact of the matter is, man, you know, I've seen a lot of great interviews with Tasha K that I thought was pretty good. The issue is I really didn't know about the whole Tasha K and Cardi B situation. Somebody hit me up, was like, hey, what do you think? That's why I was playing it earlier. Like, okay, well, let me listen and find out what exactly happened. But if that's the case, Emma had an ST and publicly promoted that because her friend, one of Cardi B's friends, said, oh yeah, let me tell you X1. But here's the thing, we grown. You should know better than that. Come on now. How many times you was in high school or college or middle school, somebody don't like somebody, so they go run over here and say, oh yeah, X, Y, and Z. We grown. We are grown. He said, I don't know what happened. I've been stopped watching this female. I haven't even, look, listen, I know that I know the Tasha K interviewed Kevin Samuels, interviewed Kwame Brown. I didn't get a chance to see it. I saw a clip of both of them, but I didn't get a chance to watch it or whatever case may be. But I did see some interviews that she did that I thought that was pretty spot on. Pretty spot on. But I just feel like if you are a Tasha K subscriber, let her know, hey girl, hey look, you ain't gotta be so over the top. You ain't gotta do, you don't have to do it by any means necessary. There's a lot of content creators do things by any means necessary, and it comes back to bite them in the ass. And I think a lot of people feel like, well, I can get away with it because I have so many subscribers and I have so many followers and I have so many people tune in. Let me tell you, man, people tune in. People go to the zoo to watch monkeys and go to the circus to watch clowns. That don't mean they doing nothing relevant. You don't have to be a monkey or a clown. Be somebody worthwhile. Make sure that what you're promoting is something worthwhile, something that your children can stumble across. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be the person that says they got sued for $3 million or 75K or however much it was allegedly because you said a person had an STD? That's the biggest L of the year. That's the biggest L of the year. And if you don't see that, that's crazy as shit. If you have to pay, bruh, we're still on the cuff of this pandemic. People done lost jobs, people done lost people done lost homes, got evicted, all types of things going on. And you mean to tell me all the places you can put your money, you got to pay somebody for basically slandering their name? All the things you can do. What could you do with 75K? What could you do with 3 million? Would that change your life, ladies and gentlemen? Would that change your life? As Daniel says, she's been attacking that girl for a while now. Like, I really, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying because I really want other content creators to use this as an example, a beacon. Like, listen, there are left and right margins in life. There are left and right margins in life. Don't go all the way left. Don't go all the way right. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane because it could cost you. I don't care how many subscribers you got, how long you've been on social media. It can cost you. It can tear down the establishment and the foundation that you done build up, trying to think that you untouchable. Stop thinking, because ain't nobody pull up on you. Ain't nobody put his feet and elbows on you. You can't be touched. Because here's the thing, you can get your ass kicked twice. You can get your ass kicked twice. It's a positive message, and it's big. You better listen, right? Either somebody gonna take it the street route or they gonna take it the court route. Shit. It might be people who take it both routes, but don't get yourself caught up in a situation because you're trying to win over people that you don't know. That's the problem with a lot of people. Good morning. That's the problem with a lot of people. You want to win people over so bad, right? Overly emotional, overly loud. Let me talk over you. Let me disrespect you. Let me talk about your kids, talk about your wife, talk about your husband. Let me dox where you work at. Let me talk about your parents. And it's like people are doing this online, not realizing you don't know who you dealing with. and you're letting someone who told you about somebody else hype you up. You let Cardi B ex-friend hype you up, give you information allegedly to run online and tell other people about STD. Why? Anything for the win? Anything for the win? Anything for entertainment purposes? What type of people we dealing with, man? What type of people are we applauding? You got men that sit online and say, you know what, I'm here to protect the youth. I'm here to stop pedophiles and yada yada. But everything is about fashion, other celebrities, and beefing. Ain't nothing about helping children. What is the standing ovation for? It's time we start holding people accountable. It's time we start holding them accountable. And my thing about it is, again, I realize nobody's perfect. I realize, I'm not perfect. But the fact of the matter is, what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to sit here and say, let me talk about this other person's STD. Let me talk about this other person's marriage. Let me talk about this other person's children. Let me dox them. Bro, you are a weak motherfucker if you're doing that. You're weak. Because we got bigger responsibilities. We got bigger things to talk about. You want to talk about police brutality, systematic racism, black on black crime, even though people say that don't exist for some reason? Let's talk about building and moving forward. But we got to talk about tearing each other down, disrespecting one another, not being excited and happy for one another, finding people who hate this person so they can come on our show and talk about that person. Oh, let's put their photo up and let's just throw darts at the character. How do you sleep at night? That has to be stressful. Growth hurts. You're exactly right, Jessica. Growth hurts. Growth hurts. We need to hold each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? In a good way, in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, salute to Tasha K and her camp. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Cardi B and all of that great stuff or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, there's a lesson to be learned here. Watch what the fuck you say. And just because somebody want to run to you with information, make sure you recheck the checker. I'm telling you right now, make sure you do it, because it can cost you. And whereas I guess everybody has 75K laying around. Everybody has 3 million laying around, you know? So yeah, do your thing, girl. If you really supported Tasha K and you had any respect for her and her family and her business, and had any tenacity to say, yeah, we appreciate what you do, you would tell her, stop. Not necessary. Because here's the thing, Tasha K, and I'm hoping you listening, right? All those people that was cheering you on, all those people that was hyping you up, girl, we love you. You the shit, girl. Yeah, girl. You the bomb. None of them people are standing with you in that courtroom. None of them people are giving you any money to allegedly pay 75K or 3 million or however much you got to pay. You fighting that fight yourself. You're fighting that fight in real life based on some shit you did on social media. I don't think it's worth it. I think a lot of these content creators who do fuck shit like that, who put out negativity, who find people that don't like people and put them on your platform, and you promote the heinous shit, promote the worst of the worst. Oh, I'm beefing. I'm doing this for entertainment. It's funny. You are placing yourself and your family in a dangerous situation. Everybody ain't for the fuck shit. Everybody's not gonna play games with you. Some people gonna be real and they gonna pull the fuck up. And the issue is, it's not gonna be the time where you want them to pull up. They gonna pull up when you with your kids, when you with your significant other that have nothing to do with the situation. All right, shots gonna rain from nowhere. People are loco out here, and you keep on pushing their buttons. The thing about it is, Cardi B could be as sane as possible, but How do you know she don't have anybody like that around her that's willing to go the distance for her? She got what? My cousin got what? My sister got what? You talk about my niece, my nephew. You don't know who these people are affiliated with. And that's why I try to tell people, bruh, pump your brakes. Because you're going to open up a can that you can't close back. I don't care if you sit on it. I don't care if you bury it. People have a tendency of, when you attack their family and you attack their character, they have a tendency of taking that grudge and pushing it to the max. And here it is, you got 5 years later, you thinking, well, it was just entertainment. Bah! It was just entertainment. It was just for jokes. I didn't know what they sent me. I just did it. Okay. That means you ain't got people around you that really care about you. They want to see you make a fool out of yourself. I'm going to be real with you. They want to see you make a fool out of yourself. They want to see you sit online, and they want to see you hurt other people. They say hurt people, hurt people. They want to see you be emotionally deranged. They want to see you curse people out, disrespect people, degrade people, and then they want to see the consequences of what you've done. Some of y'all are miserable as fuck in real life, and you bring that on to social media and you showcase how miserable you are by pointing out everybody else's misery. I heard something bad happen in your life. Your mama died. Your kid's sick. Motherfucker, how that's funny? How the fuck is that funny? I heard you struggling to pay your rent. How the fuck is that funny? Reggie says Cardi B drugging men up and it's cool. Meanwhile, Bill Cosby the enemy. You know what, Reggie? Let me speak on that since we talked about Tasha K a little bit. Crab sick syndrome. When these comments pop up, they disappear real quick. Crab sick with crab syndrome. Okay, Anthony. I don't agree. The cancel culture is interesting to me. Matter of fact, shout out to Dr. J, Laquanda Jefferson. Y'all check her out. I actually was on a panel I think it was last night. And we were talking about the Cardi B and Bill Cosby situation or whatever, and the cancel culture. And it's interesting to me that she hasn't been canceled. She hasn't been canceled. You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting to me how you can drug men and take advantage of them, whether it's sexually, financially, whatever the case may be. Drugging someone to the point where they're incapacitated and you have the ability to do whatever you want to do with them is an issue, is a problem. And there should be consequences for that. Now, that is something I think Tasha K could attack. I don't know if that's something she mentioned or whatever the case may be, but that's something that's factual. That's factual. I do believe that the same way people have used the Me Too movement to cancel Bill Cosby or attack Bill Cosby or to address R. Kelly or whatever the case may be, I believe that those men were victims. I believe those men were victims, and I believe that those things should have been addressed. But the issue is that when you have men that are victims of certain things, because here's the thing, and I'm gonna tell you like this, okay? The issue is that when you have men that are cheating on their wives or on their girlfriends, it is difficult to say she drugged me and took my money. Because the first question is, what the fuck was you doing there? See what I'm saying? So Cardi B might have known, okay, this guy is married. This guy has a girlfriend. So he's not going to complain and not going to go to the cops because he don't want them problems. And that's some of the issue. That's some of the issue that's going on. That's some of the issue. So when you don't have any witnesses willing to testify, it is very difficult to press charges. But when she says herself, yeah, I used to drug men, yada, 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 okay. I mean, you're admitting to it, but okay. But when you don't have any men to come forward, and that's a lot of things. A lot of men, when they go through things, you know what I'm saying, that are personal, they like to keep it personal. How many men that you know have been molested, sexually assaulted or whatever, and they no face, no case? Definitely butterfly. You know what I'm saying? How many men you know that have been sexually assaulted and molested as a child, and they don't come forward? It's so many that only a few come forward. And when they come forward, a lot of people don't believe them. Or they victimize the victim. They blame the victim or they shame the victim. So it's very difficult for young men to say I am, or men period, to say I'm a victim of something. You don't catch a lot of men saying I'm a victim of anything, because that's not the way society has brought us up. You better be hard. You better not cry. You better not cry. Like, okay, won't cry. Even though I got molested, I'm not gonna cry. Even though I just slammed my goddamn hand in the goddamn door, I bet not see no tear. Man up, man up. That's the general synopsis. You know what I'm saying? Don't be in touch with your feelings. Don't be in touch with your emotions. Hide it. Hide it. You know, hide it. You know, I was sitting at a funeral and I was watching my mother lay in this pink casket, right? and here it is, you know, I'm ready to explode. Motherfucker hit me on my goddamn shoulder and shit. Man up, little nigga. Man up. Man up. My motherfucking mama laying in this casket. Fuck you talking about man up, bruh? Man up. Man up. We give the wrong advice to people. We give the wrong encouragement to people because we've been given that encouragement growing up. And that's why I said the society norms that we have are not normal. They need to be changed. You know what I'm saying? We need to go back and look at the rules that's been placed down and rearrange some shit. It's like, oh girl, I smoked some weed, so now you can't run in the Olympics. However, they're saying, well, maybe that's too harsh, but we can't just go back and change the rules right now. Well, if you think it's bad, if you think the rules shouldn't be in place, then change the rules. Change the rules. Change how you conduct business. Don't just let the shit go on. You know what, deuces? I don't think it's just our community though. I know we do a great job, especially when you black, you do a great job at outlining what's wrong with the black community, right? But I think even though we all have our prejudice, we all have our stereotypes, we all have our generational curses, I think that we do a good job just as people in general of just not giving a fuck about nobody except us. I think we do a good job at not giving a fuck about nobody except us. And that's the problem. When you get people that are passionate about saying, hey, listen, I want my family to be in the best position ever. I want to do everything I can to put my family in the best position ever. I want to make sure I remain in the best position ever. The issue is that I'm so worried about promoting my family and myself that I don't see the person right next to me. And here's what happens. When you don't worry about the person right next to you, they see you going out and doing all this stuff for your family. And what it does is it creates resentment. It promotes the foundation for jealousy. And when you have the hatred and the jealousy and the resentment and the disdain, what happens is you now become prey. You now become prey. Your children now become prey. Because they see you as a person that didn't care about anybody except you and yours. And my thought process is this: if you can say some encouraging words, if you can help somebody else that's next to you and not just say I'm self-absorbed, it's not fuck everybody else. And here's what happened. While I was building my family and working on my family and working on myself or whatever and saying fuck everybody, we don't give a fuck about nobody, I got sick. I couldn't work no more. I did so much for my kids, they were spoiled and didn't know how to work for themselves. But but it's the people that was watching me, right? strangers that now come to my aid. Strangers that say, you know, I know you didn't help me, but I'm gonna help you, or whatever case may be. The world is 360. Stop thinking because you're on top today, you can't be on the bottom tomorrow. That's the problem with people. They don't have that mentality. They feel like if I'm on top, I'm gonna stay on top. If I got 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna keep 100,000 subscribers. Well, here's the thing. I feel your message is important whether you got 0 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. The issue is, have you been discovered yet? Is your message being promoted yet? Or are you even on social media? There are a lot of people who have a lot of wisdom, don't have social media pages. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. Not a preacher, but I got a message. We do a great job at hurting each other. We do a great job at hurting each other. We do a great job at disrespecting one another. If you say, hey man, you know what, I'm really about empowering people, I'm really about having a tough conversation, and people say, well, you ain't perfect, who you think you is? What does empowering people have to do with being perfect? I ain't gonna smile all the time. It's gonna be sometime I don't say no curse words, and then other times I'm going straight ham the fuck off. But I believe in people. I am optimistic enough to believe in the good in people. Now it's until you cross me, we got an issue. But I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. There's a lot of people afraid to have the tough conversation. You see them. You see them every time they're challenged to have a real conversation. What they do? What they do? They stack the deck against you. They talk over you. They mute your microphone. They put you in the back so you can't talk. And it's a lot of gimmicks, a lot of shenanigans, and versus just having a real man-to-man, imano, woman-to-woman conversation. People know when they're dealing with someone that is intellectually their match, or they're outmatched. No shade to Tasha K, but you should know better. No shade to Tasha K, you should know better. There are consequences to reporting inaccurate news. There's consequences. And you're dealing with people who have money. The same thing I told Hassan Campbell, you're dealing with someone who has money and they bout that life. They don't come from your walk of life, or they don't profess to preach about your walk of life, but you feel like I can take advantage of you because somebody says, I'm not playing with you. I'm gonna take you to court. Now see, it was two things that happened. Cardi B took the court route. Kwame Brown took the street route. But both of those people they're in a position where they have the money to do so. So when you're dealing with people who don't have money like that, who ain't used to somebody coming at them like that, it changes the game up a little bit. Reggie says, Tasha K got the attention she needs, but she also an example of the agenda that she pushed drama over everything. I hear you. I don't know Tasha K personally. She could be a phenomenal person, phenomenal mother, phenomenal wife, phenomenal. I do know that if she said those things about Cardi B and she knew for a fact that they weren't true, then she should apologize. And she should do it the same way that she did it when she reported it publicly. Same way she talked, what she call them people? Winos? Wino? She called them winos, right? I think she called them winos. Get right in the camera and say, look, I made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I intentionally did it and I was wrong for it. No excuses. Her son and her need to stop. You know what? Like I said, I think that when you're up against somebody who is not playing with you, and they have the network ability and the resources to deal with you, it's a different conversation, folks. It's a different conversation. That's what I'm trying to tell these content creators. Like, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes before you get into a situation. You know what I'm saying? Imagine me sitting here talking about fuck all the gangs. Imagine me doing some shit. Fuck the gangs, right? Hold on. And me and my family go to a skating ring or whatever, and they say, ain't that the dude that was online talking about fuck the gangs? What I'm gonna say? Oh, that was for entertainment purposes. That was for, wait, whoa. That got me 100,000 subscribers. Whoa, wait a minute. I was just joking. You want ice cream? Do you want ice cream? A Slurpee or something? You want a Slurpee? Both. Everybody ice cream's on me. Slurpee's on me. Ain't nobody gonna be playing with you. Nobody gonna be joking with you. You putting people kids up and shit. Ain't nobody playing about their kids. I done seen people do some over their kids. I done seen some people do some shit over their kids. And you would think they wasn't about that life. You because they got no record, right? Nobody never seen them snap before, but you just messed with the wrong person at the wrong time. And they was like, you done put my kids on this screen, right? You done put my job, my livelihood on this screen. You done brung people all around that I done got rid of out my life because they toxic as fuck. But you bringing them on your platform to talk about a motherfucker. You don't realize the type of consequences that you asking for. You begging for. Fuck all the jokes. Fuck all the bullshit. You don't realize the magnitude people are willing to take shit. Because if you're going to threaten my kids, why wouldn't you think somebody going to threaten yours? If you're going to put my significant other up there, why would you think somebody's not going to target yours? And that's the issue with a lot of these people. They reckless with their platform. They do anything for clout, anything to get subscribers, anything to keep you tuned in. And I'm telling you right now, that shit is dangerous. Not only for Tasha K, but for anybody who says, I'ma just say something about you, whether I know it to be true or not. I'm going to use people who don't like you, and I'm going to promote that shit. And I'm just asking you guys, do you think it was worth it? Do you feel Tasha K is sitting somewhere listening to Tough Love right now saying, tough love, but it was worth it. It's worth whatever money I have to spend for me to have promoted what I promoted. It's worth it. Financially, it's worth it. I didn't need that money. Who needs 75K? Who needs $3 million? We don't need that money. We ballin'. Slurpees for everybody. Bruh, some point in time, you got to draw the line in the sand and say, bruh, stop. God damn, stop. That shit look toxic. That's this narcissist type of shit. Like, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I listen to people talk about, hey, I want you to give me a rundown on Cynthia G. Give me a rundown on this person and this person, this person. And you know what's so funny, man? You know, there's a lot of people who hate people of the same race, that have such a discord and disdain for people of the same race. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that shit is draining. Somebody sent me a fucking video of Tanya TKO talking to Cynthia G, and they were talking about black men. Bruh, as a man with daughters, as a guy with daughters, father with daughters, can you imagine your daughters listening to two grown women not give any black men any credit? Can you imagine the message that sends to them if they stumble across the Tanya TKOs and the Cynthia G's? What message does that send? Like, when we find positive from the negative, if I sit here right now and I downgrade black women and I never say, listen, black women ain't shit, that's my message. That's what I'm promoting. But I don't say those black women ain't shit, but I'm going to give you examples of positive black women, successful black women, God-fearing black women, powerful black women, empathetic black women. I don't give you any examples of positive, but I give you all the examples of negative. Somebody said the first impressions last the longest. If I only get the video of you talking down on black men, or you talking down on the black community, or you talking down on black women, if I only get that video, right? That's your first impression. That's my thought of you. That's my thought of your platform. You're not building a motherfucking thing. And just to put that narrative out there like you're building something, or we're just having a conversation. No, what you're doing is you're promoting rhetoric, because here's the thing. Just like there are so many examples of bad, fucked up ass men, there are numerous examples of bad, fucked up ass women. So when that's the only thing you promote, and you constantly, you are a beacon, right? You are a beacon for what's bad about black women, what's bad about black men. People send you activity. Give me a second. Give me a second. Can you imagine waking up every day just to hear another bad news story about black men? Just to hear another bad news story about the black community or black women? If something was to happen to you, God forbid, when they open up your fucking laptop, right? They go to your phone and say, what type of information was she interested in? Was he interested in? Only bad shit? Fuck the pictures of your kids. Fuck going to Disney World or Sea World or traveling to Las Vegas or a family time. Nope, black men ain't shit. They dusties and homosexuals. Black women ain't shit. They this, they that, they this. More stories about how black men ain't shit and black women ain't shit than good news stories about your family, your career, your relationship, investments, trading, your life. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. I heard these women give statistics on how black men are not the dominant element in America, and this and this and this, and I'm scratching my head like, how the fuck do you become the dominant race when black men and women are going at each other? How the fuck do you become the dominant race if you're steadily arguing amongst each other? Now, I pride myself on saying that men should speak to men. Men should talk to men about being providers, protectors, and role models. I pride myself on that. Here's the issue. If you are not priding yourself as a woman on saying these are the highlights of the things that we need to do, I don't ever say, right, we're not going to defend black women. Like, we should just let them fall, right? They're not this and they're not that. No. But I listen to this, and if you take the Cynthia G and the Tanya TKO, if you take their name out and their face off, I'm gonna be honest with you, and you put a hood on their face, it's hate speech. It's hate speech. And my question to you guys is, would you tolerate it if it was a white lady saying that about the black community? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of y'all been jumping on Candace Owens when she say anything like that. Just saying. Just saying. You find it amazing that black men and women sit down and point out all the wrong and devilish and evil things that happen between themselves and never promote anything positive. And we find that to be articulate, incredible, and amazing. We applaud it. We give money to it. We give our views and time to it. We watch it in front of our kids. We watch it in front of our significant others. We love to hear black women emasculate black men. We love to hear black men downgrade and disrespect black women. And we applaud it. We cheer and we root for it. We love to hear people sit on social media and tell people, oh yeah, I heard such and such got an STD. Heard such and such is getting a divorce. Heard such and such lost their house. Heard such and such getting kicked out or evicted. Heard such and such kid is sick and strung out on drugs and pregnant. Love to hear that shit. But as soon as somebody say, Kwame Brown say, hey man, let's start a shoe drive. Oh fuck you, he a bust. Fuck you starting a shoe drive for? Just saying. I don't know. Reggie said it's called Hood Reality TV. Style Moments by Wendy Jessica says the agenda is to destroy the home/family. I pray that they get help they need. The healing process needs to start. You know what's so crazy? When we talk about the healing process, I think we make it too difficult. We make it too unreachable. You know what I'm saying? We make it too unreachable. We say we got to do all this to get the black community together. We got to sit down. We got to, first of all, we got to be positive. That's the first motherfucking thing. Positive and patient. We got to be positive and patient. Certain things can't fly. You know what I'm saying? Certain things can't fly. I love to see a woman that is, whoa, that got a shape. Shit, I'm over here. I'm out here. We out here. But just because I like to see a woman with a nice shape that's fit, doesn't mean that she needs to twerk to get my attention. Don't mean she need to be half naked to get my attention. The issue with this is that some people believe the only way to get my attention as a black man is to be half naked. It's to twerk. That's the issue. So we need more people saying, hold on, wait a minute. Baby girl, you are beautiful. And I appreciate you taking care of your body, eating right, being physically fit. You don't have to be half naked for me. Because here's the argument. The argument when if I was to go against a Cynthia G or a Tiny TKO, that ain't what Instagram say. I don't control Instagram. I'm telling you, me personally. And there are a lot of me's out there. Yes, we love to see a shape. We love to see physical fitness. We love to have someone with a healthy attitude. You don't have to be the bad bitch in the room. Sorry. Sorry. Positive and patient. Be patient enough to listen for understanding. Not say you want to have a conversation and steadily talk over people. Be emotionally disturbed or curse people out, and you know, with this whole sense of I'ma disrespect you, I'ma say this, and that makes me feel like I want a conversation. You ever let me ask y'all a question. You ever had a conversation with someone and they feel like because they cursed more than you did, or because they were louder than you, or they were more disrespectful, they won the conversation? They won the conversation because you didn't lose your cool, because you was calm, cool, and collective. They won the conversation because every other word was a curse word or a joke or something like that. That's the issue. And I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about men. Men do this. And they feel like they've won something. These same men you have standing in front of you on blind dates, these same men you have meeting your children, these same men you have as baby daddies, these same men you have as uncles and brothers and cousins that ain't shit, that can't hold a conversation, that don't know what's going on in the world. Hell, they don't even know what's going on in the state if it ain't on the TV. Ask them what's the last book they read. Fuck is a book? Fuck is a book? A book? Fuck out of here, I don't read no books. Tell them name three of their favorite authors. Authors? King author? What do you mean author? What author? What's your goals in life? Where you going? What you trying to do? Oh yeah, shit. I'm just trying to wait for the latest goddamn PS6 to come out. The motherfucking latest Jordans to come out. Yeah, man, I seen them Jordans, man. I'm about to go. That shit is scary, man. That shit is scary. We will not support one another if we are not talking about something negative. We won't. We won't. There's a lot of people who won't. And I feel so sad for a lot of these content creators who built their legacy on pointing out all the bad and the wrong in the black community, but have not provided any solutions. Have not done anything to change the narrative. They promote it. They promote the negative narrative about the black community. That's their bread and butter. Reggie says people use social media to post negativity to get a paycheck. That's the game of now for social media. Look at the YouTube, TikTok, coding apps get rich off of drama. I get it. I get it. Let me see if I can read some of these other comments. 77. So is this how we supposed to come together, by listening to negative talk and downing our people? Right. Jessica says the starting spot isn't pretty and must deal with it all. You're definitely right. Negativity is a paycheck now. Think about it. You post a negative video, you get paid. Yeah, definitely. Salute to everybody in the chat room. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, for those people that don't have pages or whatever, and that don't get an opportunity to kind of voice their opinion verbally, and they do it in the comment section. I appreciate you guys. I really want to see better for people. Really want us to build. I really want us to grow. I really want us to have conversations that matter. And I'm optimistic that, what I'm saying, it won't take a catastrophe to get us there. I'm optimistic that it won't take a catastrophe, but I do realize that a lot of people don't realize how important their voice and their platform is until, it's too late. It's too late. There are phenomenal black men, phenomenal black women, phenomenal black communities, phenomenal people in general that are out there that exist. And I believe if you feel it's your responsibility to report on the negative, you should have that equal responsibility to make sure that they know what positive is. That was my concern about Derrick Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Which his rhetoric was his downfall, believe it or not. His rhetoric was his downfall. I'm not just going to tell black women to straighten their crown. I'm sorry, not just black women, but women to straighten their crown. Because here's the thing, you're riding with the man that you love. If you're teaching women how to pull away from men, you're teaching women how to say, well, I am more than my man, then what you're going to do is you're going to create a narrative of when you get caught slipped up, Derrick Jackson, cheating and doing all that other shit or whatever case may be, now you're going to want that woman to give you the same sympathy or empathy that you was not telling those other women to give their men. So you've helped ruin a lot of relationships or encourage a lot of women to walk away from men because they weren't perfect. You didn't encourage them to talk or get counseling, etc., etc., etc. They were no good. They wasn't man enough for that particular woman. And now you find yourself in that predicament, and now you like, oh well, but I'm not like them, and that should have been your conversation. I am the man that I speak of. I am they, and they are me. But you separated yourself. You allowed yourself to be separated. And that's why a lot of men look at you with this disdain like, motherfucker. There are a lot of women who look at you with this disdain. Well, a lot of women looking at you because I guess you cheated on them too. Derrick, you cheated on them too, boy. I'm just saying, you cheated on them too. It wasn't just your wife. You cheated on all of the other women too. But I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'm about to get something to eat, man. But I'm hoping that you guys, you have a phenomenal day. I appreciate you guys for rocking with Tough Love. Again, the channel is growing slowly but surely. Salute. If I ever tag you in a video, you know, it's not to be disrespectful, but it's for us to have the conversation. And I truly believe that Tasha K, moving forward, would be very mindful of the information that she puts out in regards to STDs and people's significant others, because I don't think she's happy about this outcome. If she is, I don't know. Maybe she got some money laying around. It's like, hey, this is my lawsuit money. This is my lawsuit money. Reggie said, tag me in. I'm gonna start doing my live panels again. I know a lot of people have been asking me to do live panels again or whatever. I kind of just been out and about trying to work on different things or whatever. So I've been hopping on other people's panels or whatever. But we're gonna start that live panel again, just to give you guys a chance to voice your opinion, because I know a lot of you guys who been rocking with Tough Love since the beginning. You know, you guys got something to say or whatever. So I want to give you guys an opportunity on a fair and impartial platform. Listen, I'm about to get up out of here. You hear? Until next time, y'all be safe and adult up. Peace.